안녕하세요. 저는 루입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 레안입니다.
We say our greetings different every time, and then Lean gives me a dirty look because I don't say the full greeting.
Yeah, because I'm like, do I speak? Do I not speak? Is she going to say more? Because normally, if I hesitate, you don't say nothing. And then the times I go straight in, you're always like mid-second sentence. And I'm like, freaking jeez.
I drive you crazy on purpose. Okay,
Yeah.
so today we are going to do... Oh, we decided to do another Steve Aoki BTS one. We're doing Wasted on Me because as famous as that song is, Lean doesn't know it. Just like she didn't know my
Shockaroonie. It's a running theme.
I know, she's too busy living in writing her books. That's the problem.
Living in a fantasy world.
She
Because
is.
that's healthy in any kind of way.
So we're going to now do Wasted on Me. And we were going to do the MV for it, but like with Lean's ASD and our ADHD, it's a lot going on in there. So we thought we'd just do a lyric video. And then we're going to do JK singing Wasted on Me. So we're going to have fun with it. Because I don't think BTS is in the MV anyway. I mean, it's got Steve Aoki in it, and we love Steve. But yeah, I kind of thought for her to take in the lyrics and actually like look at the lyrics, we'll just do a lyric video. So that's what we're going to do.
Yes, we are. Okay.
Okay.
A song I've never heard.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I've been living under a rock.
I hope this is the right link. Let's do it.
You say love is messed up. You say that it don't work. You don't wanna try, no. Baby, I'm no stranger to heartbreak and the pain of always being let go. And I know there's no making this right. And I know there's no changing your mind. But we both found each other tonight. So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time, waste it on me. Tell me why not, waste it on me. Baby, why not, waste it on me. Tell me why not, waste it on me.
Okay, pause.
So wait.
What do you think?
I feel like I've heard this song, but I don't know it. Like, do you know, like it feels familiar as if I've heard it, but I don't think I've ever heard it.
It's been on
Does that make sense?
so much. It does, because it's been on so much Western wise. Like it's been on like social media. It's been on TikTok sounds. It's been on like, so it's around a lot. And it's also like it's an English song, I think. The whole thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, and it's Steve Aoki. So you probably have heard it around, and they've done remixes for it too. But basically, the 3 BTS members that are on it, I think, is RM, JK, and Jimin. So you'll see Jimin does a lot of like the background stuff. JK does the main vocals, I think, and then RM's coming in now with it. So, but yeah, I like it. It's one of those songs that
I like it.
It's like,
it does feel very different to the usual BTS stuff. It feels more like the kind of song that JK gravitates to when he does solo kind of music.
Yeah.
And I like JK's style of music, so yeah, I like it. I like it. I like how it's just one of those simplistic, very typical love songs about, oh, you don't do love, but, you know, give me a chance kind of thing. Like, there's nothing, like, groundbreaking in it, but I like it.
Yeah, it's not meant to be groundbreaking. It's a nice light song, but it's one of the more iconic BTS Steve Aoki songs, so I thought you have to listen to it, so... And it's on my regular playlist because it's a feel-good song. Like, I love just singing it in the car or just chilling and singing it. It's just a really, like, sweet song. So
it feels like already like it'd be the kind of song that I've put like most of JK's solo from his Golden album songs on one playlist because I really like most of JK's songs.
Yeah,
I feel like easier too. Because even though it's like 3 members of BTS and Steve Aoki, it feels more like a JK song. I'm sorry.
It does.
I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry, Jimin, and whoever else is in there.
Well, RM's only going to start singing now, but yeah, it's totally true. It does feel like JK does a lot of the lyrics on this. Like probably like I'd say 70% of the lyrics is JK on this, so it definitely does. And like I'm same as you. I love JK's album Golden, and I've been listening to it a lot. So this would be a really good companion to that. So
yeah,
okay,
I like it.
Don't gotta go there. Past lovers and warfare. It's just you and me now. I don't know your secrets, but I'll pick up the pieces. Pull you close to me now. And I know there's no making this right, this right. And I know there's no changing your mind, your mind. But we both found each other tonight, tonight.
The only thing about this song, right, this is going to sound weird, right? I have to explain first, okay? So I'm autistic and I have sensory processing disorder. And one of my main things is my hearing, right? And I can't separate sounds. And for some reason, the thing I struggle with the most is the human voice. And in songs, sometimes, if the instrumentals are really intense or like it varies per song. This song I'm really struggling because the instrumentals and the arrangement is kind of on par with the vocals and I'm really finding it hard to separate them.
yeah,
So we've had it before in a song where the vocals blended in because they were not clarity wise. This is not the clarity, it's the instrumentals are really loud, so their voices are getting blurred out, so I'm finding it really hard to like hear them, even though like they're obviously in there. It just becomes like music to me with no vocals because I can't pick it out. That's the only
interesting.
problem I have with this. But we're listening to it through headphones.
Yeah.
If I was listening to it like in a room, I'd probably be having an easier time, but I'm really struggling to be able to actually pick out the vocals in this.
That's interesting. I like that you mentioned that. I think also for me, I kind of get what you're saying because when I watched the MV for this, the MV distracted me. And I really want to focus on the music, but I noticed like it was really hard to focus on the music with an additional element with it because it's one of those types of songs where it's like, as you said before, it's like it seems to like be a more cohesive mix of the music and the voices together.
Normally a vocalist is kind of like the front layer of a song, whereas this, there's one instrument that's in front and then it's the vocals, then it's the rest of the arrangement, and that is enough for me to not be able to hear them.
That's
if that makes sense.
It does.
They become part of the instruments. I don't think I explained it well when we did a song before. I really struggle with Tay's voice because Tay's a soft singer and he picks instrumentals that kind of go on the same level as he's singing. So I find any songs with Tay in really hard to pick out the vocals. But I've never usually struggled with JK, but I'm really struggling with this one.
I was going to say, we're going to watch him sing it separately now, so you can pick up, maybe you'll probably like hear it better when we pick it up.
Is it live or is it like a solo version?
It's just him on a live singing it, so.
That would probably be easier. Live singing is so much easier. Like, it's hard. Like, see if I hear Tay singing his songs live, that's no problem. But see, usually the arrangements are recorded. Sometimes I really struggle with Tay's ones.
That's interesting. So.
Yeah, my hearing is on one level. I can't separate sounds.
That's really cool.
And yes, it did affect me greatly in the music industry. It was a struggle.
Well, I think people with autism, I've heard a lot of autistic people have that issue, and that's why it causes sensory overload sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Like, that's why... Like, I don't think I've explained before why I like chaotic music rather than slow music. Slow music makes me feel agitated and frustrated, and it's purely because I cannot separate out the vocals from the music, from the arrangements, because softer songs usually tend to be all more blended together.
Yeah.
So it makes me agitated.
That's interesting. Kat, continuing on.
So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time, waste it on me, waste it on me. Tell me why not, waste it on me, waste it on me. Baby, why not, waste it on me, waste it on me. Tell me why not wasted on me, wasted on me. Tell me why not. Yeah. Wasted on me, there must be a reason. Yeah, like we had a names. Don't you think we got another season? That come after spring. I wanna be summer, I wanna be your wife. Treat me like a come on, take it to one of the fries. Yeah, come just eat me and throw me away. I'm not your choice, babe. Wasted on me.
RM is so much easier
Stands up.
because that front instrumental they've got going through the rest of it, they take that away when he does his rap,
Yeah.
and it no longer. It's imagine it's like a wall. That instrumental is like a wall. It comes out in front of them while JK's singing, and then it moves away when RM's singing. That's literally how my hearing works.
That's crazy. Okay.
But yeah, RM's parts are good. See, if it wasn't for the lyrics on screen, I would literally not even know what JK was singing.
That's interesting because
It's not because he isn't good with his pronunciation. It's just literally can't hear it.
That's crazy. Okay.
There's no making this right, this right. And I know there's no change in your mind, your mind. But we both found each other tonight, tonight. So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time. Wasted on me, wasted on me. Tell me why not wasted on me, wasted on me. Baby, why not wasted on me, wasted on me. Tell me why not wasted on me, wasted on me. Tell me why not.
Ooh, here we go. That was Wasted on Me. So
I quite liked it, even though I couldn't even though it had like issues, I still liked it. Even though most of it sounded like dun 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 dun. That was most of the song for me. I still liked it though. And then RM coming through in that little clear bit, like I got a better feel for the song there. But like I said, headphones make it worse though, because headphones separate out which part you hear and which part. If
Yeah.
I'm hearing it like in a speaker and I'm away from it, I'd probably have a much easier time with it.
Well, also, I think the viewers don't know that on this channel, I'm always really cautious as to what I show Lean, because I do know she has autism and she's on the spectrum. So we try and work through it on the channel. Sometimes because I don't know exactly what affects her because I'm not autistic. So I try my best to give her stuff that she can listen to and be comfortable with. I do know that certain types of songs, like I'm starting to get to know which songs she prefers more than others. So, but yeah, as far as the instrumental arrangement and that goes, it's like just a guess for me. So I just
Sometimes
throw
it does.
everything at her.
It varies. Like it can totally depend too. If you're in a sense of like sensory overload, it can completely change.
Yeah. Yeah, you could
So
be.
like if
Yeah.
yeah. So if I was like if we had done like 20 videos that were all really like loud, intense, and then I listened to that song, I would probably just get really agitated and not be able to even take in anything. So today's probably like I'm taking in half of it.
That's interesting. You should come back to us, listen to this without headphones in later on, and then tell us if it changed the way you like affected your listening experience. So
I'll do it as a pinned comment when we put this video live. Well, I've made a point of listening to it in my own time after like we come off of here, and I'll put it in a pinned comment if it made a difference.
okay, cool. Okay, and by the way, guys, it's like a perfect song. It's just the autism in Lean makes it.
Oh no, I do like it. Like the words on screen did help me pick out little bits of pieces, and I do like JK's singing. I like his style of music.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So
I do
interesting
like
because
it.
like I was trying to when you told me that, I was trying to figure out what you mean, but I think it's the instrumental, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da type of instrumental where you're talking about.
That was
where
like
that
the
interferes
thing
with
that
sensory.
blurred everything else out. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, here is JK's live version. Let's see how you feel about the live version. Like he did it on a live. He did it on VLive. So
That should be a lot easier for me. Live versions always are.
it's really casual and it's not like the full official version. It's just him singing.
Just love is messed up. You say that it don't work. You don't wanna try, no, no. Baby, I'm a stranger to heartbreak and the pain. Always being let go.
That is better.
And I know there's no making this right. And I know there's no changing your mind. But we both found each other tonight. So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time, wasted on me. Tell me I'm not wasted on me. I wanna tell me that, Tell me I'm not wasted on me. Tell me why not wasted on me. So we don't gotta go there. Password and warfare. It's just you and me now. I don't know your secrets, but I'll pick up the pieces.
He's got such a lovely voice, honestly. Like,
He
he can
does.
just sing anywhere, I swear. He doesn't even need a microphone.
True. I like it. Like, I can actually hear the lyrics this time, and like, I like them. Like, I like the way he sings them. It's a catchy tune.
It is. He's got a very beautiful voice in this song. So, okay.
He does.
Put your close to me now. And I know there's no making this right. And I know there's no changing your mind. But we both found each other tonight. So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time, wasted on me. Tell me why now, wasted on me. Yeah, baby, why now, wasted on me. Tell me why now, wasted on me. Tell me why now, wasted on me. Yeah, like we had enough. Don't you think we got another season? Come out with spring. I wanna be summer, I wanna be away. Treat me like a car, take it to one of the phrase. Yeah, come see me,
So
throw me
cute.
away. From not twice, twice. And I know there's no making this right. And I know there's no changing your mind. But we both find each other tonight. So if love is nothing more than just a waste of your time. Yeah, wasted on me. Baby, why not wasted on me? Tell me why not wasted on me? Wasted on me.
I love that he does that in lives with Army. It's so sweet. It really is.
Yes. See, I got a better feel for it that time. I like it. Like, I liked it anyway. It's just, it would be there, if it does sound the same in a speaker, it would just be a song that I wouldn't sing along to. It
Yeah.
would just be a good music.
Good music. It's one of those songs that's just a feel-good song. It's just
It is. I like I like the way the arrangement was done. I like the music. I like the actual beat. Like, I did like it.
yeah, especially the chorus is really catchy. The wasted on me. It's super catchy.
It is.
So I love it.
See, now you know why power singers are my preferred. There's a reason for that.
Well, and JK's a power singer. It's just, I think this type of
He
song is more like, it's like a kind of like a wave. Like, it's the whole song just.
Yeah. I think there was two instruments that were like right at the forefront, and that was the reason. Like, it just was like right in front of the vocals. See, if they would have just been toned down a bit, the vocals would have been like the main star, and I wouldn't have had any problems.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So is there music actually made for people on the spectrum? I mean, I'm not talking about like this, but like for kids on the spectrum, or for like, is there
Pass.
because that would be interesting to delve into, is like how to make music more palatable
The problem
for
is,
people on the spectrum.
it is a spectrum, so my hearing is not the same as every autistic person's hearing. There are some kids that don't have any issue the same way I do. Like my son, he's like fine. Like he can listen to chaos and noise and stuff. He's fine. It just depends. I suppose it'd be really hard to make a specific sounding song because it's such a vast difference between hearers. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
So
what
we're not
about
all
if
the
it's not
same.
maybe somebody on the spectrum, but somebody with auditory or sensory issues or something that affect the ears?
Pass.
See, this is
I
me.
have
This is
no
why.
idea.
This is why my ex used to call me Miss Google, because now I want to go find out if there's a study on music for people with auditory, like what do they call it? Or is it auditory? Auditory.
Yeah, auditory.
Sensory issues.
So now you know exactly why soft songs make me agitated. It's because the whole thing becomes one noise.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to describe it. Like the vocals and the instruments, they all just become like the same level. Music's supposed to be listened to on a multi-level way. That's why you have like comes through different speakers, there's different levels, but that's not how I hear it. It's
well, also I think there are some soft songs that you've enjoyed that
it depends on the vocalist. I've noticed if the vocalist's a strong vocalist and regardless to the arrangement their voice is the most powerful thing in it, then I'm fine with that, because regardless to the arrangement they're like up front and center and then I can hear them. But then if it's a softer vocalist, it's so much harder to pull them out. Like I struggle with these songs because he's softer when he does his solo songs. So you either have to listen to them just for the melody of being just an over-round, like soft, soothy song. But it's hard for me to pick out the vocals when we do like react videos to them. And then I just feel agitated with some songs because certain instruments in that become the overriding thing in a song. Like they're the thing that like come out the most. And some of them are really agitated. Like worthy, like depending on what that instrument is, they can make me feel really like agitated and like hostile. Like it depends what it is. Like it's a song by song thing.
It just depends on what it is. That's interesting.
But it's weird though that my preferred and what I'm more comfortable in is all the way hardcore rock music. Or like really fast like Atties is bouncy. That is like an all over the place song. Like that is my preferred because I can pick them apart better and they don't cause me any agitation.
That's interesting. Well, that's cool.
Well, try being a singer in a girl band of 5 before they would give you your own like earpieces to sing together in the same room when you can't separate sound. That was a struggle because you can't hear yourself at all because everything becomes one merged sound. That's when I first realized my sound was not like everyone else's.
That's interesting. Wow. That's a big challenge to overcome. So.
Yeah. It's the same with instruments too. Like when I was in the indie rock band, if we did singing on stage live and I didn't have any earpieces or any feedback speakers directly in front of me, I couldn't hear shit. Like I couldn't hear anything. And I couldn't even hear the melody to sing along with because the second another noise was there, it drowned everything else out. So yeah, my lead singer used to have to like play the guitar right next to me, my to sing along with, so that I could stay in time because I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, that's
it was a challenge.
That's interesting. So, alrighty, well, that was Wasted on Me. So, Lean, get back to us. Let us know if you listen to it separately.
I will do. That one made me actually tired from concentrating so hard. Like I feel like my energy level's gonna last because I was putting so much into listening. But yeah, I liked it though. I still did like it. And I liked the lyrics and I liked the arrangement. It was a me issue.
Cool. Well, let us know. And that was Wasted on Me. And look at our little JK on the screen. He's so cute.
I know he is.
He's such a sweetie pie. I hope he's doing okay. And yeah, we'll get back to you guys with the next reaction. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Bye.